Good morning, everyone. Dreamers, builders, change makers, thank you for being here today. I look around this room and I see something incredible. I see people who are ready to take control, ready to create, ready to make a difference. I see people who have a fire inside them, a fire to live a life of purpose, a fire to build a better future, a fire to harness the tools they've been given to achieve greatness. And today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools in the world, money. I'm here to tell you something that's to shift your perspective and ignite your motivation. The power of money is not in what it buys, it's in what it builds. The power of money is in the freedom, the impact, and the legacy it can create when you use it with purpose. And today, we're going to explore how you can harness that power to live a life of meaning, to achieve your dreams, and to change the world. Let quote start with a simple truth. Money is a tool. It's not good, it's not evil. It's neutral, it's a resource, a means to an end, a vehicle for creating the life you want. But here's the thing about money. Its power depends on how you use it. In the wrong hands, money can be a source of stress, greed, or emptiness. In the right hands, money can be a source of freedom, opportunity, and impact. The power of money lies in your ability to see it for what it truly is, a tool to build the life you've always dreamed of. A tool to make a difference, a tool to leave a legacy. And when you harness that power with purpose, you become unstoppable. What does it mean to harness the power of money? It means shifting your mindset from seeing money as an end goal to seeing it as a means to an end. It means using money to create freedom, freedom to live on your terms, to chase your passions, to spend time with the people you love. It means using money to create impact in your community, in the lives of others, in the causes you care about. It means using money to create a legacy of generosity, of innovation, of change. The power of money is in its potential to transform not just your life, but the world around you. I want you to think about a time in your life when money made a difference for you. Maybe it was the time you saved up enough to take your family on a dream vacation, creating memories that will last a lifetime. Maybe it was the time you donated to a cause you care about, knowing that your contribution helped someone in need. Maybe it was the time you invested in yourself, taking a course, starting a business, buying a book that changed your perspective. Do you remember how it felt? Do you remember the sense of freedom, the sense of impact, the sense of possibility that money gave you? That's the power of money. That's the potential it holds when you use it with purpose. But here's the hard truth. Most of us don't harness the power of money. Most of us let money control us instead of controlling it. We let money stress us out, define our worth, dictate our choices. We chase money for the wrong reasons, to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't care about, to fill a void that can't be filled with material things. We tell ourselves, if I just had more money, I'd be happy, or I'll never have enough money to live the life I want. But I'm here to tell you, that mindset is a trap. That mindset keeps you small. The power of money isn't in having more. It's in using what you have to create more freedom, more impact, more meaning. And when you shift your perspective, when you harness the power of money with purpose, you unlock a life of abundance. Let me tell you a story about someone who harnessed the power of money to create impact, a man named Bill Gates. Bill Gates is known today as one of the richest people in the world, but his true legacy isn't his wealth, it's in what he's done with it. When Bill co-founded Microsoft, he built a fortune by revolutionizing technology, but he didn't stop there. He and his wife Melinda created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, one of the largest charitable organizations in the world. They've used their money to fight global poverty, improve healthcare, and provide education to millions. Bill Gates could have spent his billions on yachts, mansions, or luxury cars, but instead he chose to use the power of money to change lives. He once said, "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its utility is entirely in building an organization and getting the resources out to the poorest in the world." That's the power of money. That's what happens when you use it with purpose. Let quotes dive deeper into Bill Gates' story, because there's so much we can learn from his journey. Imagine being Bill Gates in the early 2000s, sitting on a fortune worth billions. You've already achieved more success than most people could dream of. Microsoft is a global giant. You're a household name. You've changed the world of technology. And yet, Bill didn't see his money as a trophy. He saw it as a tool. He and Melinda started researching the biggest problems facing humanity: diseases like malaria, lack of access to education, extreme poverty. They realized that their money could do more than buy luxury, it could save lives. They've since donated over $50 billion to their foundation, funding projects that have vaccinated millions of children, reduced global disease rates, and empowered communities. That's the power of money. That's what it means to harness it with purpose. Now, you might be thinking, that's an incredible story, but I'm no Bill Gates. I don't have billions to give away. Let me stop you right there. You don't need to be a billionaire to harness the power of money. You don't need a fortune to make a difference. The power of money starts with what you have right now, no matter how much or how little. Maybe you have $10 to donate to a cause you care about. Maybe you have $100 to invest in a skill that will grow your career. Maybe you have $1,000 to start a side hustle that will create financial freedom. Whatever you have, you can use it with purpose. You can use it, create freedom, to create impact, to create a legacy. Because the power of money isn't in the amount, it's in the intention. I've seen the power of money in my own life. A few years ago, I was struggling financially. I was working a job I hated, barely making ends meet, feeling like money was a constant source of stress. I'd look at my bank account and think, I'll never have enough, I'll never be free. But one day, I decided to shift my mindset. I decided to harness the power of money, even with the little I had. I started small. I'd save $20 a month to invest in myself, buying books, taking online courses, learning new skills. I'd set aside $5 a week to give back, donating to local charities or helping a friend in need. I'd use my money with purpose, focusing on what I could create rather than what I lacked. And over time, that mindset changed everything. I built a side hustle, grew my income, and created a life of freedom and impact. Today, I'm standing here speaking to all of you because I harnessed the power of money with purpose, because I believed in its potential to transform my life. Let's quote this talk of why the power of money matters. In a world that's full of challenges, money is a tool for change. It's a tool for freedom. Freedom to live on your terms, to chase your dreams, to build the life you want. It's a tool for impact in your family, in your community, in the world. It's a tool for legacy, a legacy of generosity, of innovation, of love. When you harness the power of money, you give yourself permission to live a life of abundance. You give yourself permission to create, to contribute, to thrive. And when you use money with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Let me tell you about another person who harnessed the power of money, a woman named Oprah Winfrey. Oprah grew up in poverty in Mississippi, facing challenges most of us can't imagine. She worked her way up through hard work and determination, eventually becoming one of the most influential media moguls in the world. But Oprah didn't just use her money to buy luxury, she used it to create impact. She's donated millions to education, building schools for girls in South Africa through her Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy. She's given scholarships, funded charities, and used her platform to lift others up. Oprah once said, "The reason I've been able to be so financially successful is my focus has never, ever for 1 minute been money." That's the power of money. That's what happens when you use it to create something bigger than yourself. Let's dive deeper into Oprah's story, because there's so much we can learn from her journey. Imagine being Oprah Winfrey as a young girl, growing up in a house with no electricity, no running water, and a family that couldn't afford to give you the opportunities most kids take for granted. Imagine facing abuse, discrimination, and poverty, and still daring to dream of a better life. Imagine building a media empire, becoming a billionaire, and then deciding that your money isn't for you, it's for others. Oprah's Leadership Academy in South Africa has educated hundreds of girls, giving them the chance to become leaders, doctors, engineers, and change makers. That's the power of money. That's what it means to use it with purpose. So how do you harness the power of money? How do you use it to create freedom, impact, and legacy? Let me give you 3 practical steps to help you get started. Step 1, shift your mindset. Stop seeing money as a source of stress or a measure of your worth. Start seeing it as a tool for freedom, a tool for impact, a tool for legacy. Ask yourself, How can I use the money I have right now to create the life I want? How can I use it to make a difference? When you shift your mindset, you shift your relationship with money. You stop letting it control you and you start controlling it. And that's when its power comes alive. Step 2, use money with intention. Every dollar you spend, save, or give is a choice. So make those choices with purpose. Create a budget that aligns with your value. Spend on what matters, save for what grows, give to what inspires. If you value freedom, save for that dream trip or that side hustle that will give you financial independence. If you value impact, give to a cause you care about, even if it's just $5. If you value legacy, invest in yourself, your education, your skills, your growth. When you use money with intention, you harness its power to create the life you want. Step 3, give back no matter how much you have. The true power of money is in its ability to create impact, and you don't need a fortune to do that. Start where you are. Give what you can, whether it's $1, $10, or $100. Donate to a charity, help a friend in need, support a local business. And if you don't have money to give your time, your skills, your energy. Because when you give back, you create a ripple effect of change. You inspire us to give. You remind yourself that money's power isn't in what it buys, it's in what it builds. Let me tell you about a man I met named Ravi, a small business owner from Chennai. Ravi had a dream of financial freedom, but he started with very little. He ran a grocery store, barely making enough to support his family. But Ravi decided to harness the power of money with purpose. He shifted his mindset. He stopped seeing money as a source of stress and started seeing it as a tool. He used his money with intention. He'd save a small amount each month to grow his business, buying new inventory, improving his store, and he gave back. He'd donate a portion of his profits to a local orphanage, even when he didn't have much to spare. Over time, Ravi's business grew. He opened a second store, then a third. He created financial freedom for his family, and he helped dozens of children through his donations. Why? Because Ravi harnessed the power of money with purpose, because he believed in its potential to transform. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a life where you've harnessed the power of money. Imagine waking up every day knowing that money is your tool, not your master. Imagine the freedom you'll feel, the freedom to live on your terms, to chase your passions, to spend time with the people you love. Imagine the impact you'll make, the lives you'll touch, the causes you'll support, the communities you'll uplift. Imagine the legacy you'll leave, a legacy of generosity, of innovation, of change. Imagine looking back on your life and saying, I used the power of money to create a life of purpose. I used it to make a difference. I used it to build something that matters. That life is not a fantasy. That life is yours for the taking. All you have to do is harness the power of money with purpose. Let quotes take a moment to reflect. I want you to close your eyes for a second and think about the power of money in your life. What does freedom look like for you? What does impact look like for you? What does legacy look like for you? Picture yourself using money with purpose, using it to create the life you want, to make a difference, to leave a mark on the world. Picture the person you'll become, the confidence you'll feel, the joy you'll experience, the impact you'll have. How does that feel? That feeling, that's the power of money. That's what happens when you use it to build something greater than yourself. Let me share one more story, a story about a woman named J.K. Rowling. Before she became the world-famous author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare in Edinburgh, Scotland. She had a dream to write a book, but she was struggling to make ends meet. She'd write in cafes while her daughter slept in a stroller, using every spare penny to buy paper and pens. But J.K. believed in the power of money as a tool. When she finally sold her first book, she used the money to create stability for her family. And as her success grew, she used her wealth to give back. She's donated millions to charities, including founding Lumos, an organization that helps children in orphanages find loving homes. J.K. Rowling could have kept her money for herself, but she chose to use it to create impact. Why? Because she harnessed the power of money with purpose. So today, I'm asking you to make a commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to the life you want to live. Commit to harnessing the power of money with purpose, no matter how much or how little you have. Commit to using money to create freedom, to create impact, to create a legacy, no matter where you are on your journey. Commit to being the kind of person who doesn't just chase money, but uses it to build something greater. Because I promise you, when you harness the power of money, you become unstoppable. You become a creator, a contributor, a change maker. The world is waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you. The impact you were born to make is waiting for you. So go out there, harness the power of money, use it with purpose, and watch how you build a life of freedom, impact, and legacy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Fearless Motivation.